I just want good games. I don't know why, but most of my life I've been mainly an Xbox fan. I grew up playing Nintendo 64, the PlayStation 1, but I'll never forget the day that I got my first Xbox. I was a kid and I couldn't buy anything, so I feel like I got my console kind of late in the cycle. So my first games were Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic 2 and Halo 2. And from that very moment, I fell in love. The Xbox 360 is still my favorite console ever, and I'll never forget that Christmas day, waking up, running downstairs, and finding that original Gears of War game right beneath my Christmas tree. I was in the 7th and 8th grade playing Gears of War and Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, cursing out grown men online after they came home from a long day of work. The Xbox 360 was the height of Xbox, and it clearly dominated the generation against the PS3. Things are really starting to look up for Xbox, and they completely destroyed their momentum, and they haven't been able to bounce back since. Oh, and I don't remember this guy's name, but this guy. For whatever reason, Xbox just can't seem to get out of its own way, and they stumble every time they take a few steps forward. The Xbox One era was a complete joke, and fans were told that the Series X was going to be the best place to play games. With all the teraflops and numbers they threw out there, we're 2.5 years into this generation, and what do we have to show for it? Just so we're clear, no, not a fanboy. I just like Xbox. I don't care what console you play on. To me, the whole console war thing is stupid. But PlayStation, they've been eating good with God of War, The Last of Us. Even though I never played it, it looks like one of the greatest games I've ever seen, Horizon, and many, many more. And what does Xbox have? Halo Infinite? I mean, don't get me wrong, the game is cool, but what game are Xbox fans supposed to feel proud of? The thing that every Xbox fan is tired of hearing is wait till next year. I love Bethesda games, and I was really excited once Microsoft decided to purchase the company. I've never played a game from Arcane Studios, but the way Xbox was hyping up Redfall, I was like, it's no way this game is gonna fail. The gameplay they showed before the game was released never really looked that good to me, but I was hyping myself up because what else do we have? Xbox continues to fail making that big AAA game, and it's so frustrating as a fan. And I'm not saying all games are bad. Of course you have the Forza Horizons, the Pentiment, the flight simulators, the Grounded, but those aren't system sellers. Those are good games, but those aren't the type of games that shift the industry. You can't be debating somebody talking about how great God of War is, and then you bring up Flight Simulator. Where are the games? We've had so many games announced over the years, and we still know absolutely nothing about them. It's so bad that people are hoping that Scalebound comes back. I usually love zombie games, and I gave it multiple shots, but I don't like State of Decay. To my knowledge, I believe they're doing a complete overhaul for the new game, but all we saw was a CGI trailer, and I don't trust them. Who knows what the is going on with Perfect Dark and their quadruple A studio or whatever. Every story I hear about Fable is bad. Outer Worlds 2 sounds great, but I'm sure that's 2-3 years away. We've seen absolutely nothing on Avowed, but I at least have faith in Obsidian. To me, they might be Microsoft's best studio. I'm sure they'll announce something soon, but what is id Software working on? Where are we with Gears of War 6? Ninja Theory is one of my favorite Xbox studios, and they're working on multiple projects. Hellblade 2 is my personal most anticipated Xbox game. Some people are guessing that it's coming out later this year. I say hell no. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see it. With the recent failure of Redfall, Xbox has to deliver on this showcase. I need to see legit updates, new titles announced, gameplay. Give me Hellblade 2 gameplay with a target date. And bro, I put on everything I love. If Starfield is bad, Microsoft might need to fire everyone. I love Phil Spencer and everything he does. I don't know if he drinks, but I would love to buy him a beer one day. He seems like a great guy. It's pretty much like sports and Phil is the quarterback. It may not exactly be your fault, but you're the face, so you get the blame. All right, maybe that's going too far, but as a company, they need to do a much better job and monitor their studios. Starfield has to be an amazing game, not a good one. It can't be a 7 or an 8. It has to be a Game of the Year contender and released in a solid state. At this point, I wouldn't be mad if they delayed it a few months. I'm sure people will argue about 60 frames per second, just like they did for Redfall, but let me tell you something. It is no way in hell Bethesda is releasing a 60 frames per second game mode for Starfield at launch. Bethesda is one of my favorite gaming studios, but all of their games are filled with bugs, so I don't expect nothing different here. I just want good games. And then Nintendo dropped Zelda, which is already a lock for Game of the Year contender. Game Pass has allowed me to play a bunch of different games that I've always wanted to play but didn't really want to buy, so I love them for that. Like the Walking Dead series, the Wolfensteins, Gears of War Tactics, House Flipper. God, I love that game. And once again, I'm not a fanboy, I'm not crying. These are just my feelings on the state of Xbox. as a longtime fan. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm sure I'm going to have my thoughts up with all the different conferences coming up next month. What are you guys' thoughts on the current state of Xbox? Let's have a cool, calm, collected discussion in the comments below. That's asking a lot. Follow me on social. Here's my gamer tag. Follow me online as well. Love you guys. Tell someone you love them. Till next time. See you in the next life.